Hello everyone. Hope all are doing well. In today's session, we are going to discuss about one of the most important international events to be celebrated on 24th of October. Every year, 24th of October is celebrated as United Nations Day. United Nations is an organization which is formed by the members representing the nations or the states across the world. It plays a vital role in functioning of the world smoothly. Now let's see some interesting facts, history and significance of this day. United Nations Day is celebrated on October 24 every year. It marks the official establishment of the United Nations in the year 1945. On this day, the United Nations Charter was ratified by the majority of signatories, including the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, and this led to the official establishment of the United Nations. The day was first celebrated in 1948, that is, after the 3 years of establishment, the first anniversary was celebrated, or the first celebration of this day was done. Then, the United Nations in the year 1971 also recommended the member states to observe this day as a public holiday to cherish the same. This day is considered as a symbol of hope for global unity. Now let's see why. As we all know, United Nations Day, which is celebrated on 24th October, marks the anniversary of the day in 1945 when the UN Charter, that is United Nations Charter, entered into force or actually came into existence. The United Nations Day, celebrated every year, it offers the opportunity to amplify our common agenda and reaffirm the purposes and principles of the United Nations Charter that have guided us for the past 76 years. As we all know that the world is divided, it has diversity in many aspects, like it might be languages, regions, religions and whatnot. But though despite of that we have something in common, and as the region differs, the problems faced there are also different. But despite of that, the United Nations has been greatly successful in dealing with all those issues. Now, usually it is held in the General Assembly Hall of the organization, which is present at the headquarters in New York. A concert is held to mark the United Nations Day. As the world has gradually trying to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, the last year's concert represents a call to strengthen the international cooperation in the interest of both the nations and the people for a more peaceful and prosperous future for all. And this year also the same will be happening. Now let's see the significance. The significance of the United Nations Day lies in the celebration of diversity. As discussed earlier, the world is divided, or you can say we are blessed with the diversity and also the unity in that diversity. The diversities are in the aspect of the geographical regions, the religions, the languages which we have, the cultures which we have. But despite of that, still we have unity, and that unity is nothing but the bond of humanity. Now, on this day, countries come together to spread ideas of peace and harmony among people who originate from various backgrounds, and thus this day gives us a reason to cherish the bond of humanity. It gives us a chance to cherish the unity in the diversity, and thus this day gives us a chance to respect each other's culture and religion, and thus this is what is needed for running the world smoothly and bringing the world peace. On this day, I would like to share a great saying or a quote by Adlai Stevenson. The United Nations is like a spade. It is not self-operating. It is what we make of it for purposes that we can find in common with our neighbors in the world. As I said, like here the people in United Nations, people from various or the members who are representing various countries come together. Though we are neighbors, or we can say though we are staying at the different regions, but When we start thinking of each other's problem, that is what can bring the world peace. When we try to respect the problems or try to respect the peoples personally and try to get to know their problems, overall we can get to reduce the world problems or the world damages which we are causing and thus bring the world peace. I hope now everyone is clear with the facts associated with the celebration of United Nations Day. For some interesting videos related to the cooking or gardening and study tips, you can refer to the channel given in the description link by my students Sadanand and Sadhna Zadu. Thank you.